Monday. Doesn't feel like Monday. But that's okay. I guess I don't mind. Doesn't make me feel any which way. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm going to start off meditating today for the week. This is going to be a good week. I can feel it. Focus and intensify on the positive experience. How do we do that? We see the positive and the negative and the neutral experience and pick one. Pick one. They're all available all the time. So we get to pick. So when we think about natural awareness meditation, it sounds achievable and open, I guess. Natural awareness, that means we're not trying to do anything unnatural. So really what it means is that we're focusing and intensifying our attention to that which is happening in the present moment. So we're not taking a bliss break and doing a guided visualization where we're walking down a lovely path and sitting on a grassy knoll. Those are great, don't get me wrong, but it's not what we're doing here. This is really based in really the improvement of your condition by seeing the reality of your condition. So if we take a moment just to kind of check in, for one, you can think about your physical body and just do a little scan. And, start at the top of your head and kind of move down, not really feeling, any discomfort. When I get to my shoulders, I'm feeling they're a little bit tight. When I get to my mid back and my mid torso, I've got some pain and discomfort there. Tightness. I think I kind of might have slept twisted or something, but it's important to see where your discomfort is. We sort of train ourselves as we go on to just brush off and ignore that which is not huge suffering. So any little discomforts, any little pains, we just look the other way. And what I might suggest is that the existence of those discomforts can lead you to a greater resolution of your overall discomfort and or suffering. So simply by seeing that there is some discomfort, first we identify that there's discomfort, then we have to take a look and see. We know that there's a source for that discomfort. Well, the source is my physical human body, right? Because it exists, it has discomfort, and it has nerves and has a brain and all of these things sort of firing. But pain is not something you can hold in your hand. It's an experience that the body has. And then we typically, if we have pain and we notice the pain, then there's a struggle. I don't want the pain. How do I get rid of the pain? Do I twist out of it? Do I have to call somebody? What do I do? Am I having a heart attack? What is the deal? So we get twisted into that, and it's really just an unconscious condition rather than an intentional examination. So when we see, that's some discomfort, and as I think about the discomfort, I'm having some emotional reaction to that. Maybe even some more tension may develop when we notice that issue. But through the process of understanding that there is an issue and there's a source of the issue, we can sometimes remedy that. So just by even changing my posture, changing my seat a little bit, I'm actually feeling some relief in that mid-back. So it's through the process of understanding it, seeing that there's a problem, and understanding that the problem comes from having a human body. So there's a bit of balance with that, because we have this, or should have this, immense gratitude for this opportunity to feel all and experience all that we do through this human body, but it also comes with some discomfort and some aging and some pain and some injury and old age sickness and sometimes death at the end of all of it. So there's conditions that happen with this physical form, and that's just the way it is. So we see the isness in it, and we can relieve some of that by not creating or unconsciously creating more distress around it. When we see pain, we don't have to react with suffering. Suffering is really pretty optional, and really when we can understand that we're in a condition of suffering, in a state of suffering, we can change that. One of the ways I use to change it is breath. So immediately when you've got pain, you start to get kind of that shorter breath, and you're breathing clear up here, and it's a little painful like that. The first thing that we can do is start taking full, deep, diaphragmatic breaths. The breath is a cool thing because it automatically happens when we're not paying attention to it. We don't have to keep, our feet on the pedals and keep going. It does it on its own, but we can also take control of it. And when we take control of it, we can change our condition from a sympathetic state, which means fight or flight, to a parasympathetic state, which means rest and digest. So we can take our whole attitude, our whole experience into something that's calming rather than high alert and high stress. So we can really cultivate that through this natural process of awareness. So being aware, first physical, go through the physical attributes and see where do you have discomfort, and see where you can adjust, maybe relax. Take some full deep breaths around it and see if that relieves some of that suffering, right? I'm not saying that it takes away all pain, but it takes away or helps to decrease the reaction of suffering. And we can do the same with our mental state, just checking in and asking ourselves, how do I feel today? How do I feel today? Am I mad, glad, sad, angry, irritated, agitated, blah, depressed, anxious? How am I feeling? And take an honest look and listen for an honest answer. You don't have to share it with anybody. It's all just for you. And when you understand that you are having or experiencing a state of depression or anxiety or pissed offness, whatever it might be, that you can take some wise and compassionate action to relieve the suffering around it. We can start with something just as simple as that diaphragmatic breath. So we're going to do a bit of that today. When you do your little body scan, when you sit down, check for pain. If you want to check for your mood as well, that's up to you. You can start with just one or do both. I typically do both. See where I'm at physically, notice any pain and discomfort, see where I can relieve it, and check in with my mood. Am I just on autopilot in a specific state, grumpy all day because I'm not paying attention that I can change it? And sometimes it just takes that calming, balanced breath. So low, slow, long breath, breathing into the low belly. Your belly button should move out as you breathe in. Not forced breath. Easy coming and going. You can think of the water on the beach coming in and going out, waves crashing and falling apart, and then drifting back out and coming back in. You can think of our breath like that, and everything else. The sensations, emotions, the thoughts, they come and go, come and go, come and go. Just watch them come and go with the breath. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to ring this bell 3 times, and we'll let the sound and vibration bring us here to this seat of awareness. Straighten your spine. Take a few deep breaths as you gently close your eyes. Feeling the breath. Move into the lower part of your belly. As you arrive and settle into this moment, here and now, awake and aware. Nowhere to go and nothing to do, just be here and now, where everything counts. Your attention counts. Let everything come and go, just like the breath. Moving in, moving through, moving around, and moving out. Natural body, natural breath and energy, natural heart-mind, open, awake, aware. take a moment to feel your state of being now. Do you feel calm, peaceful, relaxed? Note that, and remember how to get there. I'll be back tomorrow. See you then.